Welcome to Larry's Library. It's the first Tuesday of a new month, so that means it's time for a new Top 10 Tuesday. Now, this time around, we're looking at the year 1989. Now, before I get to the comic books, let's talk about music and movies from 1989. Some of my favorite albums from 1989 would include Stevie Ray Vaughan's fourth album, In Step, Bob Dylan's Oh Mercy, B-52's Cosmic Thing, Lou Reed's New York, The Cult's Sonic Temple, and The Cure's Disintegration. And there was a lot more. I left a lot out. Otherwise, this would be nothing but a music video. Film-wise, 1989 was on fire. And like the music list, I left a lot out of this one. But I think I got it down to my favorites. I mean, there's a lot more, but I'm talking about movies like Woody Allen's Crimes and Misdemeanors. That was 89. Ivan Reitman's Ghostbusters 2. Of course, it wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still pretty damn good. Spielberg's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Woody Allen, Francis Ford Coppola, and Martin Scorsese teamed up for an anthology film called New York Stories. If you haven't seen that one yet, check it out. It's great. Terry Gilliam's The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Man, that is such a great film. And one of my all-time favorite movies, ever, came out in 89. And I'm talking about Michael Lemon's Heathers. Oh my God, this is so good. If you haven't seen Heathers, check it out. But only check it out if you're into some really, really dark humor. Okay, you've been warned. I was 21 years old in 1989, and these are my favorite comics of that year. At number 10, I have the first issue of Quasar. Now, this was a series that started out, at least, written by Mark Grunwald. I don't remember if he finished the whole thing or not, but he did issue one. Pencils by Paul Ryan with inks by Danny Bulanity. I tell you, as a kid, I used to hate Danny Bulanity's inks, but I've grown to appreciate it as an adult. I get it. This cover here is by Paul Ryan. So this is Wendell Vaughn. He gets his own set of quantum bands, and he becomes the Cosmic Avenger. And my cat had some say in this, apparently. I don't know. What are you doing? What are we doing here? Okay, you... At number 9, I have The Hobbit. And now the cat's moving the tripod. One second. Cat interruptions. I guess they happen. At number 9, I have The Hobbit. Yes, there was a Hobbit comic book, and it's still in print if you want to pick it up. This was originally published as a 3-issue miniseries by Eclipse Comics. This was adapted by Chuck Dixon, of course, from J.R.R. Tolkien's book. The art here is the standout, of course. It's by David Wenzel. Really, really great artwork. The only reason it doesn't rank higher for me is because I feel like the printing is a little bit lacking. It's a little bit, I don't want to say blurry, but it should be sharper than it is. For some reason, it's not. I think maybe it could have benefited from being on a larger scale, a larger book maybe. So I don't know. Not sure what happened there, but I love the art. I just wish it was a little bit sharper as far as printing. This is the cover to my deluxe hardcover edition, which is still in print, so pick that up if you want to check it out. And that's number 9. At number 8, I have David Michelinie and Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man run. Couldn't pick an issue, but I'm just going to say their run. This is available in a lot of formats, including omnibus, so check it out. Of course, these were all written by David Michelinie, and a whole lot of great art by Todd McFarlane. So that had to rank for 1989. Number 7, I got another run, and I'm talking about Peter David's Incredible Hulk. Now, this was a 12-year run. This is just 1 year of 12 years that the legend, Peter David, wrote the proverbial hell out of the Incredible Hulk. No one has done it as well as him, I don't think, before or since. He is the Hulk writer. No way to pick a certain issue. These were all great. Some greater than others, but definitely great stuff here. This is the cover to Omnibus Volume 1. At number 6, I have John Byrne's She-Hulk. John Byrne's terrific run on She-Hulk started in 1989, and he wrote it, he penciled it. Most of the inks, I think, were Bob Wycheck, if I remember right. I think that changed from issue to issue, but this is the cover from the omnibus. It's great, great stuff. He breaks the fourth wall, and that, that happens routinely nowadays, I think, but it didn't happen much back then. I think John Byrne kind of pioneered that. Certainly with Marvel Comics, he did. So yeah, check that out. It's fantastic. Right in the middle of my 1989 countdown of my favorite comics is another run. This time it's Chris Claremont and Mark Silvestri's Uncanny X-Men run. And these have been printed and remain in print and reprint on and on. All kinds of formats. I have the omnibus now. I used to have all the singles before I sold off much of it to switch to collected editions. But yeah, some really good stuff in there. Early Mark Silvestri art, but really good. At number 4, I have kind of a hidden gem because you don't hear this talked about much. And this is Wolverine and Nick Fury, the Scorpio Connection. And this was a Marvel graphic novel originally. It was number 50, I think. I have the hardcover of it. And this was written by the legendary Archie Goodwin with equally legendary art by Howard Chaykin. This is good stuff. It's kind of a espionage thing with the unlikely team-up of Wolverine and Nick Fury because they're not exactly besties. This was good stuff, and that's why it's number 4. Number 3, I have another Wolverine deal. This one's a one-shot called Wolverine the Jungle Adventure, written by another legend, Walt Simonson, penciled by Mike Mignola, some early Mike Mignola art here, inks by Bob Wycheck. This cover, of course, is Mignola. This was, I think, a prestige format one-shot originally, which those were just terrible because, yeah, the pages were nice, semi-cardstock glossy, but they were square-bound and they were mouse traps. It was hard to keep them open. I think this actually made it into one of the Wolverine omnibuses. I don't know if it's might be volume 2. I didn't fact check that, but it's in there somewhere. And it is a one-shot story. It's a adventure in the Savage Land, and you got Apocalypse popping up in there. You see Wolverine cutting him on the cover there. Really fun stuff. Like this a lot. Number 2, it's Wolverine again. This time it's in his own series. This is issue 10 of Wolverine, the series. Written by Chris Claremont, pencils by Big John Buscema, with inks by Bill Sienkiewicz, which is a very odd pairing. It's not a pairing I would ever put together or think of, but that's what happened. John Buscema, inked by Bill Sienkiewicz. It's different. I'll put it that way. It's different. The cover here is by Bill Sienkiewicz. This whole issue is mostly horrifying flashbacks of Sabretooth and the heinous stuff he did to Wolverine and Wolverine's loves throughout the years, over and over and over again. And lots of battles between Wolverine and Sabretooth. But yeah, it's got some horrifying flashbacks. Very important issue as far as the lore of Wolverine. And I'm not going to give too much away here, but that's why it's number 2 in my favorite comics of 1989. But what's number 1? Well, number 1 is a book I did a review on. I'll put a link in the upper right, I guess. Always get that wrong with the... But my number 1 favorite comic book of 1989 is Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom, Triumph and Torment. This was Marvel graphic novel 49, I think, originally. And I think it's still... you can pick this up in different reprint editions, I'm pretty sure. I don't think anything's in print, but you should be able to find it if you look. But this was written by Roger Stern. Pencils, another deal, penciled by Mike Mignola. Inks here by Mark Badger. I just love this. Doctor Doom and Doctor Strange, they venture into, well, basically hell. They go to battle and try to bargain with Mephisto to free Doctor Doom's mother's soul. So this is a wild story, and I really love the way Mignola drew the magical effects. I mean, you can see it on the cover there. And the demons, I mean, it's perfect. Mignola was born to do this kind of stuff, and it's a great one. It's a one-shot, a one-and-done, original graphic novel. Pick this up if you can in some form. It's great, and that is why it's my number 1 favorite of 1989. So I hope you enjoyed taking a quick look at the year 1989. And with this video, I have finished the 80s now. It's all in the catalog on the playlist if you want to check those out. Look in my top 10s. Done every year of the 80s now. I think I haven't decided if I'm going to go forward to the decade of the 90s or if I'm going to go back to the 60s. I mean, I'm eventually going to do all those. It's the plan, but so we'll see. Let me know down in the comments. Hope you like this, and I will see you next time. Give me a thumbs up if you did like it, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you.